Yeah, John,
Yeah, I wanted to ask,
you want to come up or, okay.
sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask a little bit about the timing. In the FOIA suit, we've asked from the DOD all the orders, the initial orders. And we haven't gotten them. We've gotten some redacted documents, and we've got some documents, 500 pages from the DOD, but they refer to earlier orders. Now, we just heard, I just found out, because I haven't read Mr. Gowdy's report, that the order was given at 7 o'clock. Well, the attack began at local time. The attack began at 3:42 local time. I don't. That's that's three hours later. I don't understand. Maybe that's why they redacted it, because we don't know what time.
42 Eastern time.
Eastern time. Yeah.
Yeah. Local hour.
Right, and local time. I just understood that Mr. Panetta gave the order at 7 o'clock. Is that? And also, I read a piece out of the Gowdy's report that said that Secretary Panetta and the president said, go to it, but they didn't. But they didn't do it. I mean, you can't just.
He said that at 5 o'clock. Then Panetta went back to the Pentagon, and as the report says, then the written order, was issued, or the order was issued at 7 o'clock.
Well,
It took him that time between the meeting went from 5 o'clock to something. Then he went back to the Pentagon. Then they figured out what assets they had again, and the order was given at 7, according to the report.
This is all nuts. I mean, that's what John's getting at. Here, you got an attack going on, and we're going, well, let's see, we get this little order and task this guy over here, and then 3.5 hours later, we finally get something out. This is crazy.
Well, Secretary Panetta testified that he met with the president at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
That's an hour and 15 minutes after the attack. They were fighting for their lives. An hour and 15 minutes later, he said he teed up some other issues, and then he talked about Benghazi, and then he went back to the Pentagon. There was no follow-up questions, but that's rush hour traffic. And then he called these. It just is. There's something missing here. I don't know. If,
well, let me give you the Ace Lyons theory. And it's one of the laws of self-preservation. The morning of the attack, John Teagan came over from the CIA annex, and he said to Stevens, look, we know we're going to have an attack. We don't know exactly when, but we can give you much better protection if you shift your meetings to the CIA annex. Okay? I mean, the laws of self-preservation, that's what you do. Well, why didn't he do it? Well, when I was on the Lou Dobbs show, Lou said to me, what do you think happened? I said, this has all the smell of an operation that went terribly wrong. And you'll read in Pompeo's side report and Duncan's side report, they talk about, they were out to kill or kidnap Americans. And I told Lou, I said, if I had to speculate, my view is that Stevens was never to be killed. He was to be kidnapped and held hostage in exchange for the blind sheikh. And the reason being, that was Morsi's #1 objective. He campaigned to be president on that. He then came to Washington the summer of 2012. It was his #1 objective. We also know, I've only seen one thing on it, we know that the blind sheikh was getting ready to be moved, and then nothing.